Hello, hello. Welcome back to the bog. I'm Willow, and I'll be your guiding light. Today, we'll be diving back into Menace, picking up where we left off after some devious sabotage. We ran a tight three squad leader team, with Darby rocking some new stealth perks. And let me tell you, it was pretty tense, but she pulled off her solo op with flying colors and a whole lot of kills. Now, let's get into our next operation. Lots of suspense. We don't have a lot of spare discipline after last time, but we have a decent amount of promotion points. We have a lot of OCI components. That opens up a lot of options. We have not quite to the info hub, but if I did wait one more operation, we could get that. This would also be how we could get smokes and like the unguided missile or the X-Woo, but we're doing so well on squaddies. I'm not super interested in that. If we look at the factions, what we have as an option, we have the potential for the airdrop minefield. Uh, I don't really need the money from like a drug lab, and the hacker mechanical things. I mean, depending on what we're going up against next, it could be interesting, but none of those jump out to me. For Zane Beecher, the gravity manipulator wasn't something I was super interested in. Neither were the salvage teams. But the AI logistics was a really, really interesting thing. Lower supply costs just sounds really good to me. So we're going to grab that as well. And then we can also look at, so salvage teams is still available. Repair Bay 2, an advanced vehicle repair bay. A large floor space filled with workmen dedicated to the maintenance and repair of hardware, such as vehicles, mechs, and more. Now assisted with advanced AI software. 60% of vehicle hit points and 2 defects between missions. So this seems pretty good, but I'd be surprised if I took that much vehicle damage. And it would have to take a lot of vehicle damage, like on the penultimate mission, for me to be that worried about it. What about this? Auto laser sentry turret. Deploy an auto laser sentry turret onto the map that automatically fires at enemy units. Give me off-map ability. Deploys a laser turret that automatically shoots at enemies. That's really interesting. We can't afford it and AI logistics, so we're gonna grab AI logistics and we'll check back in when we have more components. I assume AI logistics, yeah, is a hull ability. Minus 15% supply cost for deploying vehicles. Oh yeah. And then next time we'll grab ourselves an armament or some electronics. As far as squads go, I don't think there's anything we're doing right now. Black market, anything new? We have our dossiers, but they're, still expensive. Any weapons that we particularly care about? We have this ARC CSP, which I assume is an upgrade to the ARC itself. A highly compact version of the ARC developed in the Cater Corner Confined Spaces program. The foldable stock and short barrel make the weapon ideal to be used on close combat, but recoil control and accuracy are suffering. Okay, so it has a range of 7 compared to the normal ARC 7. It has an accuracy modifier of 10, which we always like. 14, 15, 20 for the damage and penetration compared to 12, 13, and 20, so it does a little bit more damage. It suppresses the same, and it has the same rate of fire. And you can see the accuracy drops off a little bit sooner. We start dropping off at 3 tiles, and it goes down to the little, the end, and this one drops off at 4 tiles, so the range is a little bit worse, but it has better accuracy overall, so that's really interesting. K-Pack. K-Pack with launcher, so it's the K-Pack we know that we don't really use, but it also comes with a fragmentation grenade, but it suffers in the accuracy department, so that could be really interesting. I don't think it's quite what we're looking for. As far as specials go, we have the anti-material rifle, the Crocodile, a large caliber anti-material rifle developed by Cater Corner and dubbed Crocodile as part of their Hard Target Interdiction (HTI) program. The experiences from the development of the M6 HMG, we've seen something similar to that, led to this very heavy but effective weapon that can engage hard targets and light vehicles over extremely long ranges. Uh, does a lot of damage, a lot of pen, and a huge amount of suppression at long range. And so something like this, I assume this looks like it also is a sniper, a KSAS DMR, but it's not. There's another infantry special though. This is also one. For the KSAS DMR, the Kruger semi-automatic sniper, KSAS, is a designated marksman rifle filling the squad sniper role. Smaller and lighter than a regular sniper rifle, but also with a higher rate of fire. Ideal for accurate fire support against lightly armored enemies. Yeah, DMR, they do similar things. They're often called marksman rifles, I've seen. So this one, if you notice, it has long range projectile and accurate, because it gives you an accuracy boost. It's got a 10 range. This one requires deploying. It's a full sniper rifle. And you can see the hit point damage and armor damage and pen are much lower. But against something where you have like a small squad of the boarding troopers or the large unarmored targets, so some of the aliens, this could be really good. It also fires 2 shots, and so against the alien warriors this would be really effective because this only fires 1 single high damage shot. This fires 2. And not having to deploy means that this has a lot of potential for being brought along. The SR-31 HM-SPR, a special purpose rifle, is a bolt-action sniper rifle manufactured by my favorite place, Hatchet et Marteau, for maximum precision over long ranges. Powerful and reliable, but not equipped with the most modern attachments, especially optics. This one is a single shot, and it has a huge accuracy boost and does a large chunk of damage through a lot of armor. But you do have to deploy it, and so I think it's a little bit worse. I would say it's better against very heavily armored targets with low health. The armor is interesting, but we haven't been trying to like heavily armor our front line. The high intensity setup, giving more armor and durability, someone like Lim could be quite effective, but we haven't been doing that a ton. The improved small arms protective plating, or the ISAP, is class 4. Stops assault rifle sized calibers reliably with a maximum penetration rate of 10% over medium distance. So you can see that the armor goes up, but the durability goes down. It's got more slots. So there's potential there. More vehicles I don't care about. Benzo Final Tablets, a CNS central nervous system stimulant tablet that increases cognitive and mental capacities. Usually issued to Air Force and Navy pilots for long-duration missions, but it can be used to combat severe exhaustion. Removes exhausted status effect for 4 turns. That could be really interesting. We have a rocket flamethrower. This is a single-use thermobaric warhead that ignites the target area. Terrifying. For vehicle accessory, we have the VMAT missile, a one-use vehicle-mounted anti-tank missile that can be installed on most tractor-wheeled vehicles. It will severely damage or take out most light or medium vehicles, but should be not relied on too much. Okay, so this one we could take if we didn't want to bring the las cannon against, like, pirates or something. We've got a rocket launcher. Now, this is something I'm interested in. The 100mm diameter portable anti-tank launcher, PAL, produced by the explosives company Powderworks, is a cheap and hard-hitting anti-vehicle solution. It is rather heavy and cumbersome, but will take out most light and even medium vehicles with a single hit. In a pinch, it can also be employed against fortified positions. Ooh. Yeah, so it has a little bit of an accuracy boost. 160 hit point damage that pens 100 armor has a lot of potential. We could definitely use this. The las cannon's pretty unreliable. I don't love it very much. I'd rather have something like the rocket system. And the rare items seem like they're going to be very expensive. Nitrophenol injector numbs pain, makes the user extremely aggressive and lose any sense of self-preservation. Haha, An unclean street derivative has been wreaking havoc in the silo cities of Dice, turning functioning human beings into biting and stumbling zombies. Instantly sets morale the highest possible, makes the squad immune to morale changes, increases discipline by 33%, and reduces defense by 10% for 2 turns. I mean, hey, that's powerful. Woo! A triloxin injector. A stimulant vastly increasing muscle capacity and regeneration over extended period of time. Increases carrying capacity greatly and makes soldiers tire a lot slower during high-intensity activities. This drug has been especially popular among Hobstall players, and the leagues have been rigorously scanning for its use. Reduces movement cost by 4 per tile, removes encumbered status, and increases AP by 10 for 2 turns. This could be really powerful for giving someone like Lim the heavy armor, and allowing him to go kind of beast mode for a little bit. Okay, we'll look at those once we're in a mission and we have some sense of what we're doing. At this point, we can choose to get plus 16 with Dice of the Gods against Pirates, plus 16 for Dice of the Gods against the Rogue Army, or plus 22 for the Backbone against the Rogue Army. You can see that that one's actually a 4-pip, which means I gotta try it. I gotta see how this looks, how this works. I gotta find out. Rogue Army units have overrun local defenses and are advancing quickly and mostly unhindered. We have to stop them so that an effective defense can be mustered and prepared further back. Be prepared to operate behind enemy lines to fight outnumbered and outgunned. Let's do this. I really want to see how this plays out. Oh, we got a fun little map in front of us. We have lots of different options. I'm going to quickly look at what the rewards are, because I also want to see what some of the consequences they seem to have active are. So, this lets us get a civilian training post, which is trust with the local faction, and civilian trading goods. This is enemy delayed. They have the supply points reduced, which is always useful, even though I don't quite know exactly how that manifests. Daring Raid, 20 additional promotion points, and have enemy forces have their discipline reduced by 10%. That's really powerful. Making humanoid enemies panic is really good, and 20 promotion points is like half an operation's worth. That's pretty good. We can remove Interdiction, which reduces my supplies by 10%. Ooh, that I might have to get rid of. That's real bad. I like being able to deploy whatever I want. We've also got an anti-tank weapon arsenal. All Rogue Army infantry units now carry an RPG. That's really dangerous for Rewa. But those are mutually exclusive with the way the routing works. I can't take them both out. Gain 1 minigun strafing run off-map use in each mission of this information to recover our pilots. I don't care about that. G-locks disrupted. Enemy vehicles and walkers will start battles damaged. Enemy discipline is reduced by 10%. And then we have the end. Oh boy. Okay. So we have an all-out brawl that gives us bonus trust and trading good, or we can reduce the enemy's supplies. But I kind of want to remove the reduction on our supplies. Like, being able to field more things is really good. And the additional promotion points are nice, but I'd rather field more supplies and then be able to do better on the later missions. And so I think we just have to accept that they're all going to have anti-tank, and we have to be really careful with Rewa. She can't be the one charging forward. So we're going to start off on the left with Stop Marauders. Advancing Rogue Army units have split from the main force and are pillaging a nearby civilian settlement. If not for the RMC, no one will stop the carnage. Move in quickly and save as many civilians as possible by destroying the attacking units. We gotta do what we've done before. We have to destroy 80% of the attackers. We do it with as many civilians saved. We got our classic, don't break things, and do it clean. We've never fought the Rogue Army before, so we're gonna be going into this a little bit more cautious than normal. I want to make sure I'm happy with my route, at least at the start. I'm accepting that I want to get rid of this interdiction more than I want to get rid of the anti-tank weapon arsenal. So yeah, we're gonna go in to stop the Marauders. It's day, it's partly cloudy, and we're gonna need to move in quick. They've got a walker. Ooh, that's a mechanized unit. We got some infantry, we got some stuff we don't know. I definitely need more intelligence. I'm gonna want to have my fast people on the left, because that's where most of the civilians are. And I want at least one person over on the right to try and cover this. Now let's see how much help my new thingy is worth. When I try and click this, plus 220. If I remove this, yeah, she's 0. 220. That gets her up to 255. But I don't know. You cost 40 base. It would be 260, yeah, already, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 300. And 15% of that is 45. So yeah, it is already doing a lot. If we encrypt the MMG, I can even see if I add her to the mission. If I add the plus 10, it only gives only costs plus 9. So that seems like it actually is doing something right off the bat. I wanted to get at least some sort of anti-tank capacity on her, but I'm going to have to be very careful with Roa in this mission. As far as other things we want to deploy, having the worker for the walker sounds pretty good, and I'm really enjoying his stimulants. And then I want another group. I don't know if this is a pike mission, because we have to move up really fast, but there is something to be said for once we've gathered the civilians, we can just hold position. We don't actually have to fight. We have to fight. We don't have to pursue them. There's no time crunch over here. So definitely some things I'm thinking about. Ooh, I am really tempted to give Lim buff or mobile infantry here, so that he can go either buff and then swap the armor onto him. We can see that it triples his armor value. But it costs so much to have him wear that, but it makes him incredibly hard to take out. I'm not sure if that's better than the scav suit or some other armor, and just like the worker and the Trevoden giving us 4 turns of 50% DR is really effective for not that much cost, and we haven't seen any consequences yet. You're frustrated, which is a pain. And so this might have to get futzed with a little bit. I definitely want to bring Cody, or maybe Pike, I don't know. I want to look at the black market, because I'd love to get the arc upgrade. That would be on the list. The single target sniper rifle is really interesting for someone like Darby, for being able to take out harder targets. And because she can stand and crouch so fast, but I want something quite powerful, and like something like this is expensive, both to buy and to field. Having the better armors, if we look over here, the scav suits cost 7 each, and so these are both meaningfully more expensive, but they do give so much more armor, and they're not quite as expensive as the 25 each. I mean, they don't slow you down. But again, those are also really expensive. None of the drugs jumped out at me this time. Neither did the VAT. But the medium rocket launcher was very interesting. Let's see how much money we have. We have a lot of alien bits from our time killing aliens. If I go through all of these, how much do I actually have? Okay, so I can easily get... I want that arc upgrade. Though... I was thinking about using the laser gun that just chewed through, 75 armor pen. Um, that was something that I thought was really potentially interesting, but well, maybe, because that does kind of what the arc is trying to do. It's a close range weapon that does a high amount of damage, but I don't know. I like Lim having the spray. Um, but it is still range 8. Like, you still could do quite a bit with this. I'm gonna agonize. But I don't want to sit here agonizing. That's what I'm trying to do. Oh, the sound. Okay, so there's so many cool things in this game. The M6 CMG. Oh, I missed this thing. Okay. And then if we're buying the rockets, we don't need the laser lance or the mounted chain gun. I wonder if we can afford... Well, I definitely want to try the crocodile. I'm deeply curious about how it works. I'd love to try getting the armor. This one is 60 armor and 90 durability, and this is 75 armor and 60 durability, but you get more slots. I could grab this one and try and see if I can fit Lim into it. I don't need so many of these scrap armors. I'm not liking the chain gun. I'm not really using the workshop RPG. Ooh. Let's try this. I like just, if I sit there and agonize, I'll just think forever. But yeah, I can give you a nice little rocket launcher, some more ammo. Lim, you were gonna potentially try this. Ooh. Or that one I could also try giving to Darby. And make her like my anti-armor specialist with the crocodile and the XL1A14, which I'm just going to call the laser rifle at this point, because that leaves Lim able to use the arc, and then we can give him the better armor and the Travotin and make him just absolutely unkillable at close range. There's no way I can afford another person if I do something like this. I'd have to lower some of the squad sizes, but that's okay. I don't need full squads for a mission like this. I was potentially going to give you upgrades, but you've been pretty happy with them. Giving Darby Commando could be really interesting, because I kind of like having her off to the side. I could totally do another 3-person mission and just stick, Rewa and Lim over here and stick Darby off on this side. Because with the crocodile and the laser rifles, she's not worried about struggling to cut through anything. And if I give her the commando, we could run that. I'm actually really tempted to try that. I really enjoyed a 3-person mission previously. And for this one, I don't need overwhelming numbers. I've still got a little limits on what I can field. I've got stuff that takes out armor and infantry. I'm gonna try it. We're gonna give Darby Commando, Millspeak for Lone Wolf.
Service is always an act of valor.
Beautiful. So, yeah, when you're off by yourself, you're going to do a lot. And then we have a little bit of extra points. Let's say, I don't really want to give you something like that. You can't. We're 1 off the Werf curve for you. That's tragic. I don't think you need it, but you also don't have ammo, so this might just be a bring a frag grenade for the sake of having a frag grenade kind of moment. But yeah, let's try another 3-man squad approach. Let's see how this goes.
Major, the rogue army is made up of former planetary Jingwei. Unlike pirates, you can expect these hostiles to be very top-heavy, with strong leaders, deadly hardware, and a large manpower pool.
Oh, we got our the pirate upgrade. How long is the range on this thing? Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, yes, we don't we don't have a lot of people on this one, but I do want to look at how cool Lim looks in, you know, look at them with actual armor on. And then way over here we got Darby. Can I find Darby? Yeah, Darby's got her big rifle. Whoo! Alright. And then can we see the rocket launcher? Oh yeah, I love that you can see, like, the MMG is right here, and this is the rocket launcher. Like, that makes me happy.
Orders?
Alright, Lim. Into the truck. It's your turn. We're gonna be going all at the start.
Major.
And then Darbs, you're just getting up to here to start. See what you see. We are trying to move up. Is this dense forest? Yeah, so if I go through, I can't go through dense forest, but I can kind of skirt around it. How much heat does this build up? Will it show me? I can't tell. I do kind of want to stay on the path, so I kind of know where I'm going and what I'm seeing. But I also feel like being, because we have concealment and we have pretty solid range with the las gun. It's not the longest range, but it's pretty good. So I think we're gonna try and stay as much on the path as we can.
Eyes and ears.
Try and stick to it. Yeah, she's got her commando boost, so she's doing good even though she's frustrated. Please don't kill any cities.
Okay, okay.
All right, there's where things are happening. All right, if we can leave you with 50, you have the ability to rocket launcher still because of your drive-by. So we want to leave you with 30, and then we just want to charge forward. So now we're committed to getting in there. The main downside of doing this is we don't get to have people go late in the turn at all.
What?
We're very committed to going early, which is a little scary. I'm not gonna lie.
Eyes open.
It makes things very nerve-wracking if we do it that way. But we're gonna have Darby keep going. I want to get to the point where I can actually see what's happening with the nearby civies. And right now, over here, things look pretty chill. And if I saw anything, I'd just tuck into there. But for right now, we're trying to continue down this road. We've got pretty good concealment, and I want to know where the civies are because I gotta save. There are 10 civies, and I gotta save. I can only let 4 of them die. So we don't want to let too many of them go down.
What?
Alright, that's 1 squad of cities down already. Ooh. Hopefully Robot can get in range to start pissing off the enemies and get them to pay attention to us. Instead of the poor innocent cities. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a tough one to see anybody though. They were firing over here, so they can't be too far away. Do I want to go infield? Yeah, I want to go infield, try and see what I can see. I should have only gone a little bit, so that I have the ability to throw my smokes if I need to. We found a lot of our cities right here, so hopefully they keep running back towards our starting point. Ooh. I hear lots of shooting. I don't see lots of shooting, and that makes me nervous. I can run Lim out to here and just decide that I'm going to trust in his heavy armor and the Travoden, and I think we're going to do that. Okay. So sometimes it stops when we see things, and sometimes it doesn't, which is a little bit weird. What do we have here? Get a nice look at him. Got a Rogue Army autocannon walker. A light walker armed with an autocannon that is effective against heavy infantry and light vehicles. That will shred us. It has no difference in its front, back, and side armor. It's got 110 armor and 160 health. That thing is a little bit scary. And you can see that it's really hurting these cities. I'm kind of scared that it's going to shoot at us, and this is one of the most dangerous parts of the mission, so I am going to pop a Travoden. I'm going to try not to die here. And this is something where I am tempted to just strafe this section, but I don't have enough details yet. Hopefully the civvies will get away. There's going to be a lot of waiting for civvies. They got like a mortar?
Look, weapon steam.
Yeah, so they've got a mortar way in the back. Which I don't think killed anybody in them squad, but definitely upset them. Yeah. That's what Travoden's for.
What?
Orders.
Yeah, that is still one of my little gripes of you can get kind of ambushed.
Orders?
You are in range of the rocket launcher, and your rocket launcher has no penalties whatsoever on anything. This thing is going to absolutely shred this walker. Let's see if we can get a nice... I want a nice close-up, but I want to see the rocket in the top corner. Yeah, here we go. Boom! Yeah, that's what I like to see. That is what I like to see for people who shoot at civilians. Death. And then we can try and move up. I don't think she's going to see much, but even just getting up to here, we might be able to smoke some civvies that are in danger. And because I know there's rocket guys over there, I want to just throw a line of smokes like that and try and stop anything from coming down here. Simplify my engagement a little bit. He's still firing. I can't even tell where some of these are going.
Eyes open.
Okay.
Orders.
We've got a very, very angry guy over there, and so we're gonna send Lim into the smoke. But I'm gonna actually try and walk. I don't really want to have to walk step by step, but I'm a little bit worried about what happened just before, where we got pretty far without being stopped by the game. We get into the smoke, we're pretty well covered. If I knew where this thing was, I could take a strafing run at it, but I don't have any sort of scanning capabilities. I'm like, please run either away
Let's
from
do
them
this.
or towards me, civvies. And then we want Darby to keep moving
Moving
up.
to waypoint.
We can see civvies inside of the bush.
103rd heading to cover.
And you don't really see a lot out here. We're probably going to end up moving to there, but I want to try and stay somewhere that has... You've got decent cover, and you've got decent cover, and if I go... Well... At this point, we got 1, 2, 3 civvies, 4, 5 that I can see kind of here in the middle. And so I'm not that fussed about moving somewhere, and so I kind of want to just get to here and deploy and have her just cover the cities on this side. I know there's 2 over here, I know there are 3 over here, and so far nothing's threatening them, so we are just going to deploy her here. And hang out. Whoop! That's something to shoot at.
We've got movement.
That's a lot of things to shoot at. Yeah, they
Op
know
4,
there.
moving.
Orders.
Orders?
Okay, so we got Rogue Army conscripts. Ill-equipped soldiers who are a mix of volunteers and forced conscripts. Not very effective fighters, but they come in large numbers. Yeah, so they've got a basic K-Pap and some grenades. They've got basically no armor. They are going to panic so hard. There's a couple of those, and I'm pretty sure that even through cover, she will absolutely destroy these guys. We'll find out how much our laser builds up when I fire it. Let's see.
Contact.
That was kind of pathetic. Like, I know it doesn't do that much hit point damage. Like, this is not a good exchange for her, but man, I thought it was going to do more than that. Whew. Well, we fire again. See, that was better. Suppress and wavering is better. We'll see how this plays out. immediately, because she is on her own, I am going to strafe this
Fire mission underway.
and try and make sure they can't sit there and fire at me. I don't want that to happen. That sounds bad. More civvies down.
What?
I've got civvies dropping in places I can't even see.
Orders?
Oh, that's an obstacle. Okay. Limb, scoot up.
We got visual.
Laser walker. Alright. What is this thing? Yeah, very bad. I'm in the smoke, and so the accuracy is dog. If I move around, the Werfer does have a minimum range, and so I would have to get back farther into the smoke than I really want to be. So we are going to move forward just to try and see a little bit more of what we can see. Ah, we got a rogue mortar team. Local forces gone rogue, armed with a mortar for indirect fire support. Yeah, they're the problem. They're the guys I want down. This guy can only shoot one person at a time, based on the other laser guns I've seen, and so Lim is currently a little bit too far. I'd have to get to like here to be able to shoot them, which is a bit of a problem. We're kind of rolling the dice on whether or not the walker's gone already, and I don't love that. The anti-tank could hit them, but they are way out of range. If I go to here, that's 32, and one more. So even if I get to here and I proc the berserk, I can't run back into cover. But there's no way Rewa is going to be able to get in range of them easily, and so maybe we just take it, we risk it for the biscuit.
On
And
our
if we
way.
can't get the kill or get into cover. Oh, never mind. Whole bunch of other things happening. We got a rogue MG team, minigun team. They've got a medium machine gun for suppressive fire. Yeah, okay, so they've got their weapons teams like the pirates, and then this is heavy infantry. Oh, you boys are chunky! Local forces gone rogue, because they're all local forces gone wrong. Specialized shock force equipped with heavy armor, capable battle rifles, and decent RPGs. Don't love that. It's gonna put Lim in a bit of an interesting situation. This is max range, but this is something I can shoot at, and he has a pretty good chance of killing, even at max range, because the fall off on the damage of this gun just isn't that high, and 30 damage at 40 armor isn't too bad, so hopefully we can take this out. Nice, there's that Berserk proc. The Berserk proc is really important because it means that I can scoot him back into cover, either deploy him or just get him somewhere where he's in cover and close up for next turn, and that's what I want to do.
Moving.
We're going to play around this smoke like our lives depend on it, because they do. Run, civvies!
Tell command we'll get this sorted.
Yeah, they're probably just going to, panic. Panic and move into a worse
Okay.
place for them. You can't get the rocket launcher onto that. And so one option is to just like move you to here and fire your gun at this. Which could actually kind of work. Yeah,
Engines
sure.
engaged.
We'll do that. Because you're no longer in that. We could also just like fire this at you. No, it is within the range. This also is in range over here, and so I could just fire this at the mortar team, which I want to do. I want to suppress them. That is a berserk proc, which means they did not survive. And if I just hang out here, I'm kind of in risk of the laser walker, but I can't shoot here because of the smoke. If I go to here, I could fire and put some hurt on them. I kind of like that. Like, getting shots down is worth quite a lot, and not having the walker be able to shoot is kind of important, but I also feel like maybe we just wind it back and turn to the right so that next turn we can do something right at the start. If I do this, next turn I can move her forward, rocket that, MMG that.
Feed 'em all dead!
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Pressure up!
Oh, they're moving.
What?
Alright, so these guys are wavering. Darby is suppressed, but there is about to be an airstrike that's going to force these guys to move.
Orders!
You guys gotta go because there
We're
are
under
things
heavy
happening
fire.
here. So start out with, you go to here, that costs you 16. And so we have to move. And we gotta fire at these guys with the MMG, and that should do terrible things. Low armor pen, but it will probably suppress them.
Look at them coward.
Man, she didn't hit anything, but they are suppressed, which does help. You can move up a little bit more and hopefully deck this walker. Booyah!
Enemy hardware obliterated.
And we're not quite in range to do anything else. I could throw a smoke because we're not time sensitive, and so I could just be like, actually, I just want you guys to be in the baby cage for a bit. If you come out, then we'll deal with you. But for right now, I'm happy just being like, no, actually don't do me. Cities are getting out of range, that's good. Here we go. I used it well.
Bring in more.
Oh my god, I haven't hit one of those in so long. Yeah, beautiful.
We are under heavy fire.
That uses everything from them,
We are
which
pinned.
means that Darby can just try and waste these guys. We're suppressed, but who cares? Fire everything. Yeah, we're not doing much.
They're
Yeah, this
suppressed.
gun is not good against that, but we're doing something. Yeah, nice. They're pinned down, they're retreating, they're probably
Stay
going to
on
disband.
103rd.
Beautiful.
About time.
And then Lim, we want to start moving towards the objective and shred these guys. They've got 75 armor. I think they're wearing the same armor you are, actually. If I scroll in. Yeah, you guys look the same. Kill your doppelganger. Oh man, they are heavy. Okay. Those are some chunky boys. Hit him again! Yeah, close range, no cover. They're still taking a walloping. Oh man. Alright, everything on the enemy team is unhappy.
Orders!
Lim, can you finish these guys? I actually want to move you a little bit closer so you can get... I'm going to put you into the truck in a second. Just waste them with your full auto. Slight overkill. Just a little bit. Overkill's more of Rewa's things, though. I think, though. And then Darby... Oh, I've completed the mission. Whoops. Kill them. I think I just accidentally 5-starred this mission. We had a couple of civilian casualties, but they were both out of my range, so I don't feel too bad about it. Alright. +5 shots for the backbone, and we got some supplies. Oh my god! I can't believe I just bought this. I literally just purchased this. Oh, the game is mocking me. I just bought this for so much, and they just gave it to me. But we did get the King Post M8, which is an 80mm mortar, manufactured in great numbers by King Post Ordnance and used to deliver fire in the form of HE and smoke shells over long distances. The weapon is mounted to a tripod to be carried by infantry. Yeah, so we can have this as an option. This might be for Pike, or if we have another person. Yeah, we don't really care about those things, but yeah, sweet. 30 promotion points. Yeah, everyone's lost their good moods, but not a lot of things to fight on that mission, but things I've learned. Limb with the Travoden and the heavy armor, very hard to kill. The rocket launcher is so good. It does exactly what I want it to do. The crocodile didn't get a chance to use, and the laser rifle. I'm not super impressed by it, but I will give it the grace that I was firing at deployed light infantry, which is the worst thing for this thing to shoot at. If Darby had been on the side with the walkers, I feel like this would have done a lot better. It seems like it fires like 2 shots per salvo or something. Yeah, rate of fire of 2. And so with 8 people firing, we've got 64 damage, so per salvo, and so it's like those 160 health walkers would lose half to 2/3 of their HP to just being plinked by a laser rifle. And that's pretty good for an infantry primary, or if like those heavy infantry, they would have had the exact same experience as the light infantry. So I'll probably give it another chance, but yeah, the Rogue Army seems kind of scary with their walkers, and they have weapon teams kind of like the pirates did that I think could put some serious hurt down, but like the pirate ones, they're really fragile, so I'm excited to see what happens next with them. Goodbye. Thanks for joining me in the bog. I'm Willow, and if you enjoyed having me as your guide, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Menace and many other journeys to come.